Hello everyone. It's Saturday, April, 22nd, 23rd. I want to give you a quick garden update and show you some of the first things I'm getting planted for the summer. The weeds this year, we've grown weeds this year I've never even seen before. It's just seems to be just hopeless trying to fight the weeds. So I've done a lot of the early stuff in pots, and even that the weeds seem to climb into the pots. Here's some garlic, here's some beet greens, here's some regular beets coming up in a pot. They're off to a pretty good start. Need to thin spread them out. My horseradish here has come back. It's pretty happy. Fresh horseradish is pretty good. There's some more beet greens. Probably saw a video of me when I planted these potatoes. These are all red potatoes, which I found that's the kind that do the best here. And then a couple more garlics. And then one of my just all-around favorite things is peppermint. That's called a chocolate peppermint because it has the real dark stem. It's a very strong tasting peppermint, very pepperminty, not bitter, but we dry it, makes great tea. Wonderful for putting in water to steam if you've got a migraine. Here's some more either garlic or maybe onions, probably garlic. Some more beets. That looks like it's probably oregano. Then we come down and eventually I'm going to have to find a home for this poor guy. This is a fig I started from a piece of a stem. It's now become a giant fig tree growing out of the bottom of the pot. Come over and have some beets. Still doing quite a few greens making the trip. The herb area, there's a bunch of herbs left in there somewhere in with the weeds. But here's what I worked on today. It's been so hopeless thinking with the weeds that all you can do is just pick one little area, clean it up, and plant it, and then next chance you get, do the next area. Eventually you'll have a nice garden and the weeds will be under control. I put 2 posts in and ran a half a length of the cow panel. I'm really giving up on the regular tomato and pepper cages. They're bulky, they're hard to work with, they're just not any fun to work. Try and get around, and then the tomatoes end up falling over. As you saw in my videos from last year, I used these cow panels. Well, they were over here, where you can see I've still got some tremendous Swiss chard. The bugs are moving in on the cabbages, but the Swiss chard is good, and there's some bok choy. So there's one more round of one of my favorite meals is a bok choy and turkey sausage and onions and garlic and stews type stuff. Just delicious. So I put in a couple of poles, tied the cano paddle with some zip ties, lifted it up off the ground a little bit, and then I've got 3 banana peppers. Well, I dug an entire row here and dug it down. I couldn't see any reason to dig where I'm not going to plant, so I dug it down a row, and then I put in a mixture. This is garden tone, root tone, milgonite, earthworm castings, some magnesium. I used the bath salts. It's about the cheapest way to buy magnesium. And some calcium, because this has been covered in leaves and wood chips. So it's going to need some calcium added to it. And I've dug that in. But as you can see here, here's what this soil looks like. This has been organic soil for years and years. And you can see this is just beautiful soil. Hard to believe this is sitting on top of Georgia red clay, but this is 25-30 years of working with it, and it's turned in some really nice soil. So I'm going to stop a minute and get the tripod set up. It's a really bright full sun day. And I burned so bad, so I already got the hat out and the sunscreen on. Here's a nice banana pepper. You can see it, probably see it's already got some fruit on it. So the weather is showing it's going to be high 50s for the lows from now on, and I'm going to trust them and hope that I can get these peppers out and they'll be okay, because they're really getting kind of big for me to be moving in and out every day. They don't fit under my lights anymore. These I should have done something with before. Try and pull these out a little bit, because the roots just want to run around in circles, and that's not going to give you much of a plant. So try and tease them out a little bit. We had a good hard rain last night, so the soil is moist. I plant these a lot closer than you're supposed to. I plant them about a foot apart, but they're going to get intensively fertilized with worm castings and compost. I've been saving my worm castings all winter, so I've got some big containers full of worm castings. They'll get lots of compost and organic fertilizers. So I'm going to really push them, because I have a small garden, so I got to get as much as I can get. Because unfortunately, here it is in the middle of into April. I ran out of peppers in the freezer. There must have been 60 quarts. We finally have eaten them all. And son of a gun, now you find that organic peppers are like $4 a pound, and a pound of organic peppers is like 1 bell pepper or 3 Cubanelles, and I'm used to just eating them by the quart. So we got to get the peppers going. So here's my first 3 bananas. They're all looking pretty good. Hope the weather holds for them. So get out there and get gardening. Thank you for watching.